Hello GalacticGod's channel, I'm XanderPS210, and today I'm coming at you with a video to explain what I do on Yugioh. My first segment that I usually do is called D-Time. D-Time is essentially my variety show, where I talk about deck profiles, premier event discussions. Someday I hope to do interviews with other people, but we'll see how that turns out. And then sometimes I do sketches. Here's a little taste of what you can see with D-Time.
Autobots, transform and roll out!
And today I'm going to be showcasing my Machina deck. It's been a while since Machinas were last heard from, and I feel that they could have a big comeback right now. They're a good, controlling, anti-meta-ish type of deck, and people really aren't siding for machines anymore, so I feel like any kind of machine deck would have a surprise, and that Machinas have the best chance. With the premium pack collection tin coming out in April, Machinas have a new card, Machina Cannon. Basically, it replaces Machina Force as the card that you discard just itself to revive Machina Fortress. However, Machina Cannon is actually playable. You can summon it if you need to for some defense. You may notice that I'm playing the trap card Rollout. This is my special tech for the deck. Essentially, if your opponent plays something that will destroy your monster, you can chain Rollout and equip one of your Union monsters to it, so that way the Union monster dies instead. It's sort of like Forbidden Lance, but if you use it with Machina Peacekeeper, you get to search Machina Gearframe or another Peacekeeper. I've also decided to include Machina Soldier. This card is basically a Bogart Knight for the deck. You can either ideally special summon Fortress or Peacekeeper. That way you can equip Peacekeeper to it, so that way if it dies, Peacekeeper dies instead, and you search. Or you special summon Machina Fortress as just getting a free 25 beat stick out there that controls the board. The last card I want to talk about is Limiter Removal. People, I feel, have forgotten about how good this card is. It's an OTK on crack, people. You can also combo Rollout with this card. Let's say you have a gadget on the field. Activate Rollout, equipping Machina Gearframe to the gadget. Then you can special summon that Gearframe with its effect and overlay it for a rank 4 exceed, such as Yugioh X. The next segment that I do is called Card Talk. Card Talk is basically where I discuss two similar cards and debate each of them with myself. See, I talk with one color tie over here, and then I talk with another color tie over here, and we discuss between each other which card is better. It gets very crazy, trust me. The final segment that I'm doing is called Let's Count. This is where I apply the mathematical principality of probability to the Yu-Gi-Oh deck. It's all about consistency, deck count, counting your opponent's cards, all that important stuff. Believe me, there is more to Yu-Gi-Oh than just luck and skill. There's math too. Here's a little taste of what you can see from Let's Count.
Let's count, it's time to count.
Hello Yugioh, XanderPS210 here, coming at you with a new segment. Yes, after months of nothing but D-Time and maybe some random pack openings, it is finally time for a new segment. I like to call it Let's Count. This segment is all about probability and math in Yu-Gi-Oh! Card counting, basically, keeping track of how your deck is working during a game. Probability is the quantity or condition of being probable, likelihood. Or it's a probable situation, condition, or event. And according to math, it's a number expressing the likelihood of occurrence of a specific event, such as the ratio of the number of experimental results that would produce the event to the total number of results considered possible. What does this mean? Basically, you have the results, and you divide it by the number of possible outcomes to get probability. Let me explain it with a couple of examples. So with probability, it's all about the results and possible occurrences. And to explain this, I have a quarter. This is the simplest example for probability. You have heads, you have tails, and depending upon the flip of the coin, since due to camera angles I have to roll it, it can either come out tails, and it can come out heads. Now then, heads and tails each have an equal likelihood of occurring, 50-50, because there's only two, and it can only result each way once. However, another example includes the die. You have 6 sides, 1 through 6, with a possible occurrence for each. So, 1 out of 6. Let's say we want a 1. What's the probability of that happening? 1 out of 6. Oh, look at that, it didn't happen. Surprise, surprise. However, if we wanted even or odd, that would be 50-50. So if we wanted an odd number, oh look, another 3. Ta-da. Fun, right? Well, this is where things get complicated after a while. And I just wanted to give you guys the basic definition of probability and the 2 simplest examples providable. However, in upcoming videos, I will be explaining things like number of cards in your deck, cards like Pot of Avarice, Pot of Duality, milling, all that kind of stuff, and how it affects the chances of your deck. I will also be first explaining how things are applied through a deck of cards, because this is where things get complicated. It's the biggest thing for using probability is in a deck of cards. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. Please go check out my channel. It'll be well worth your time. I've been putting a lot of work into it, guys, and see you on my channel if you care to check it out. Bye, everybody.